Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Ben's World, Come Live in It. And joining me today right now is guest speaker, my brother, Matt Kemsley. Matt, welcome back.
Yeah, cheers, brother. Good to be back again.
Yeah, it's good. It's been a minute, since you were last on here.
It has, my man. It has. Plenty's been going on.
Yeah, that's it. Now today I thought for also for people watching us that today we would talk about one of the greatest legends of the game, Nathan Merritt. I mean, what a player he was.
Oh, Mero. Yeah, absolutely. Something out of the box. Something, a really, really special player, as you well know. And it's an absolute legend of not only, our club, the Mighty Rabbits, but of the game itself, and massive inspiration, to all the up and coming, Aboriginal players and players getting around as well. So, absolute legend.
Yeah, well, especially being growing up around the block of Redfern, well, he's the king of Redfern pretty much. I think he grew up on the block of Waterloo, if I remember from memory.
Yeah. I think you're right, mate. Yeah. With like so many other, great Aboriginal athletes, especially around that, around the area at the time.
Yeah.
Anthony Mundine comes to mind.
Anthony Mundine, yep.
But no, we are here to talk about Mero. So
yeah, definitely. So Nathan Merritt, he was a big inspiration for me growing up because back in when I was a kid, he actually came to my primary school.
Yeah, he did. Tell us about that.
Oh yeah, so it would have been February 2007. So I would have been 7, becoming an 8-year-old.
I'm surprised you don't know the date.
Oh, yeah, no, it was in February, but
you don't well remember that far, mate. You were 7 years old.
Yeah, mate. On that day, 3 players came and they were part of South's Cares, so they were able to take the time off training and able to come and say hello to us. And I didn't actually remember who the other 2 players were, but I did some research leading up to today, and those other 2 players that came were Shannon McPherson and Stuart Webb.
I remember those fellas.
Yeah. But like with Nathan Merritt coming to see us, that was just incredible because I remember when he made his debut. I didn't know much about footy at the time, but he made his debut for the Rabbitohs the year they re-entered the comp. So that would have been 2002, and it was against the New Zealand Warriors over there.
That's right. I think he was a late call-up, wasn't he, to make his debut in that game?
He was, yes.
And I think he might have got across the line. Is that right?
Yep, got a try on debut, something he'll remember.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, and the fact that he came to my school, I was able to shake his hand, say hello to him. I actually had some Rabbitohs prompts on the day, so I had an old, not a jersey, but a T-shirt, and it said, "That's my team." I don't know where it is now. I'm pretty sure I still have it somewhere, but
I reckon you would.
Yeah, he was able to sign that for me, and I had a hat at the time, probably my first ever Rabbitohs hat.
Yeah.
And I had an old football that I bought from Rebel Sport years ago.
Unreal. How good.
Yeah, so I was able to get his signature on those 3 things. And I definitely still have the football because it would be up in the attic at Mum's somewhere or other.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so this was the, I guess, the sort of catalyst that got you into footy and especially into the Rabbitohs.
100%. And at the time, we actually had a teacher at Gosford East. His name was Mr. Emery, huge diehard Souths fan. He's probably got the second biggest collection to me, or maybe equal first. I don't know.
Oh, hard pressed to beat you, I reckon.
Yeah, he was cool. I think
shout out to Mr. Emery.
Yeah, I think he was the one that organised it, and I think the next day they had a trial match at the stadium's changed names over the years, but back then it was called Blue Tongue Stadium in Gosford, and they weren't wearing their red and green jerseys. They were wearing these black jerseys.
Yep.
For a trial. And I probably should have mentioned this too, but on the day, Mum and Dad actually came as well, and Dad was very excited because he would have known who Mero was.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Wow, so how's that? So a chance meeting, organised by diehard South teacher of yours.
Yep.
That he's come to your school, which is not exactly close to their training ground to where he lived.
No.
But and that sort of really changed your life.
100%.
That chance meeting.
Yeah, and when I met him that day, I looked up to him straight away. Like, he was such a very humble bloke and very laid back. He had a lot of time for his fans, for people like me, and possibly you.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. And we've met Mero a few times now, and he's always been that kind of guy, and always up for having a yarn and a laugh, and his cheeky little smile. Is always so infectious.
Yeah.
No, that's so cool.
But yeah, pretty much from 2007, like I did watch some games. Like, well, I didn't watch every single game from previous years, but I remember there was this one time. I'll never forget it. It was a Sunday, the 17th of May, 2009, and
I think I know where you're going with this.
Yeah. I actually was in the bath. And this would have been back when we were living in Kilcare, Woods Hill Road.
Yep.
And Dad was upstairs watching the game, and all of a sudden I hear this like really loud yell and scream and cheering from Dad. I'm like, what is going on?
Screaming the house down.
Yeah, screaming the house down.
Man used to do. Yeah.
Yep. And Dad came rushing downstairs and said to me, "Quick, Ben, get out of the bath. A miracle has just happened in the game." I was like, "What? What's going on?" And he's like, "Oh, Nathan Merritt's just kicked a field goal, and we just won in the last 2 seconds." And I remember going up there watching it, and I was like clapping and cheering myself. I was like jumping up and down. It was crazy.
Oh, it was. It was. Yeah, and I'm sure you've seen many replays of that game, and particularly that moment. But I think it got voted the moment of the year of that season.
Yeah, and I think from memory, at the start of 2010, they showed a replay of it on the old Fox Sports channel that we used to have before Fox League.
Mm-hmm.
And I think back when we had Foxtel, Dad would record some old classic games, and I'd literally watch that moment every morning before I go to school.
That is a die-hard fan, mate.
Oh yeah.
That's it was absolutely unbelievable, and I think it was his. Correct me if I'm wrong. First and last field goal.
It was, although there was a time, and I think it would have been 2011. He actually tried to repeat it against it was the Roosters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because on that day, Dad and I had just come back from staying down the South Coast. And we saw multiple Souths fans in their cars driving to the stadium. I was like, "Oh, we should go." But I think, no, I was a member, but I didn't have my lanyards on me. So,
bugger.
Yeah, I didn't have my gear ready to go. But, it was, we played the Roosters. I think it was round 19, the 16th of July. I remember that day.
Mm-hmm.
16th of July. And I think we came back after being from behind for a bit. And it was 20 all, and it went into Golden Point extra time. And Chris Sandow, who we had as our halfback at the time, went to pass the ball to Merritt, and I saw him have the ball in his hand, and I saw him kick it. I'm like, "Oh, he's going to repeat the field goal," but he only just missed it, just fell short. And on the replay, you could actually see him like running, like he was watching. He's like, "Oh, is it going to go over?"
Yeah,
and it didn't. But probably like just after the first half of extra time, I think it was the 86th minute, Chris Sandow kicked a field goal from 50 metres out. And
was that game?
It was that game, yes.
Oh, I remember that field goal well.
Yeah, and well, back then those field goals were only 1 point, but if you do them like nowadays, they're 2-point field goals.
No, exactly right. Well, I guess in Golden Point, 1 point's enough, but it was, I was so surprised, little Chrissy Sandow with his little legs managed to kick a ball that far.
Yeah. But it was actually a pretty big year for Mero, and because we're talking about him,
mm-hmm.
He actually got 5 tries in one game, and I was actually meant to go to this game. It was against the Parramatta Eels.
Yep.
And it was the 8th of August, 2011. It was a Monday night game, and it's pretty, well, not really funny, but so I was meant to go to the game, but I just come home from school and I had a massive migraine, so I had to turn down the game, and I was pretty devastated because I think on that Monday in primary school we used to go to Hydro pool in Woy, so I might have got a migraine from that.
Oh, yeah.
It was like next to the hospital there.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Yeah, so yeah,
Of all the games to miss, mate, because of the
yeah,
bloody migraine.
yeah. But yeah, so I think I was sleeping on the couch waiting for it to go away while Dad was downstairs watching the game.
Yeah, screaming at the TV,
Yeah.
no doubt.
And he came upstairs and said, "Mate, there's a hurricane at ANZ." I'm like, "What do you mean hurricane?" He's like, "The scoreline is massive." Because I think in that first half, Mero got a hat trick. So first half hat trick, and he got 2 tries that second half.
Remember what the score was?
56-6.
Oof, that'll do it.
Yeah. But yeah, because Mero, he played for Souths from 2002 to 2003, but then in 2004 and 5 he went to Cronulla.
Oh, really?
Yes, he did. Because he had a fallout with their CEO at the time.
What a shame.
So yeah, he I think he played about 19 games from memory with the Sharks.
Yeah.
And
was that over 1 year or
2004 and 5?
Oh, he's there for 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he scored about maybe 8 tries at the Sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because he got I think 8 tries, and but he wasn't injured, so like he didn't get injured during his time there at all.
Just wasn't getting a look in.
Yeah, and then in 2006 he came back to the Rabbitohs. And, back home. And he, I remember in primary school where he told us the whole assembly that he won the leading try scorer for 2006, and I believe he overtook Brett Stewart because he was on 20 tries and Mero got 22 in 06.
Was that the year that we got the spoon?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I remember how he didn't get the Dally M Winger of the Year that year. I remember everyone blowing up about it.
Yeah.
Saying he was by far and away the best winger, scored the most tries in the comp, was tearing the comp apart in a team that was realistically not very good that year because we got the spoon, and he was one of the few highlights. And I think they gave it to some other fellow. I think it might be Brett Carney or something like that.
Yeah, I can't remember that further back.
Yeah,
I do remember we got the wooden spoon, and that would have been devastating.
Yeah, absolutely. But no, he had an absolute freakish year that year, Mero.
Yeah. But yeah, going back to 2011, getting those 5 tries in one game against Parramatta, that was something that he always wanted to achieve, like get 5 tries in a single match. And once he reached the 5th try, he's like, "I've done it. I've achieved what I've dreamt of."
Yeah.
Yeah, and he said it was a great achievement for him, and it was something that he'll always look back on when he retires.
Yeah, absolutely. I think speaking of achievements, of Mero, there's so many. As you well know, I think do you remember when he broke the record, the South record for the most tries?
Yeah, so that would have been in the year 2014, because he was sitting on the equal all-time South's try scoring record with Benny Wearing on 144.
Mm-hmm.
So Mero needed 1 try to break the record, and I don't think it was up until probably round 6 when we played the Panthers out at Penrith, and we beat them 18-2, and it was right in the corner in the second half. He went to score his 145th try, and after that moment, there was a fan there, and I believe it was the same fan we saw at round 1 against the Roosters. He was black fella, Aboriginal fella, and he had a Rabbitohs flag, but in Aboriginal colours. And as soon as Mero scored that try, he saw that flag and just went to tap it with his hand.
I remember him running up and tapping that. Yeah.
That was a pretty exciting moment for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that might have been probably 2 weeks before he got dropped, actually. So
that was his final year, was it?
Yes, it was. So I think from memory, he did start the year first grade.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's when he was sitting on the equal record. And but yeah, I think the week after that we played the Bulldogs and we lost in extra time. And Mero, he missed an opportunity where they cross-field kick and he dropped it. And yeah, the following week, Madge came up to him and said, "Oh, mate, I'm going to drop you."
Yeah, he's pretty ruthless, Madge.
Yeah,
he wanted to be. But I think, he might have got dropped by replaced by a pretty handy footballer
Oh,
by the name of Alex Johnston.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to get dropped for someone, you get dropped for the all-time try-scoring record holder.
Yeah, well, we didn't know that at the time.
No, we didn't.
He was only a 19-year-old kid.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I was when I first saw AJ come in, I was like, no way, like this guy's crazy. He scores a lot. This guy.
Oh, AJ, he was lightning. I remember he must be one of the quickest in the comp when he first come through. He was so quick. I remember him, chasing down Vunivalu from the Storm, and just with ease. Like he was rapid. He was.
Yeah, and another interesting fact about Mero is he was actually because he did play representative matches as well.
Yeah, he certainly did.
Yeah, he actually played the very first game in 2010 with the Indigenous All Stars that was founded by the great Preston Campbell.
Yeah, certainly was. I think he played a couple, did he? A couple of All Stars games?
Yeah, he did. So I think he played 2010, that was the first year, and he wasn't the only Rabbitoh to play that day. Bo Champion was in the lineup as well.
Oh, Bowie.
So, yeah, it was great to watch those two play together.
Yeah, deadly player, Bowie.
Yeah, then Mero played.
I think there might have been some other Rabbitohs as well in that game, just for the wrong team.
Yeah.
Slam and Sam's.
Yeah, I think he was with the NRL Stars.
Yeah, back when before the Maori, yeah.
And Maoris. But yeah, I think Mero played 2011 as well. And he also played 2012 because I remember, even though we lost, I think the NRL Stars beat us 36-28 up at the Gold Coast. But Mero was awarded the Preston Campbell Medal for Player of the Match.
Oh, how good!
Yeah, so even though it wasn't the result we wanted, but he was able to be awarded a very special medal.
Yeah. I think he's played some other rep footy too. I think he's played a couple of city countries back when they used to be.
Yeah, back when they were around. Yeah,
back when they were around, they were a thing. A couple of games for City there.
Yeah, he played a couple of games for City. Again, I don't remember much because I don't think I watched many City country games.
I used to love those games. They were unreal. But yeah, and then I think he also played for the mighty state of New South Wales.
Yeah, but that was only one time. He didn't actually get to play any other Origin matches after that.
Yeah, you're lucky, mate. If he had played during those 8 years he won, we would have won a lot more, I'm telling you.
Oh, well, if he had played during his prime when he first debuted, he probably would have got us more.
Yeah.
But, and I think, Mero did do Origin. I forgot about that.
Yeah, his one and only game. He was knocking the door for so many years, but I think the consensus was he might have been a bit too small for the Origin arena, but you couldn't ever deny his try scoring ability and his try scoring record.
No, and I think that would have been the year that the last time Queensland won, because they won 8 years straight, and you took it off us the following year. So
yeah, we did. 2014, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yep.
Bloody Blues.
Yep, I remember that well.
Yeah. And another thing I remember as well, it was the 2012 season. Nathan Merritt was actually absent for probably the first 6-7 matches of the year because it was a very uncommon injury actually. He had what was a toe injury.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's very uncommon. But I think it might have happened during the All Stars. So I think he had a bit of cartilage between the two bones of his toe, and he disrupted that cartilage.
Yeah.
And the return time it was indefinite. And the start of that year it wasn't a good start for us because, and I think from memory, before Greg Inglis was put in the fullback position, old mate Dylan Farrell was playing fullback.
Oh, did Dill play fullback as well, did he?
He did, yeah. And I think we had Andrew Everingham in number 2.
Yeah.
For Mero
I remember
at the time, yeah. But it's a pity he was injured at the start because I think he was permanently going to take over number 1 because Reece Wesser had just retired at the time, and it would have been great if Mero was playing fullback because in round 5 we played the Tigers for the Heritage round at I think it was the SCG.
Yeah.
I think maybe Allianz, one of them. And I remember in Golden Point, Greg Inglis did that field goal.
Oh, yeah.
So only if that had been Mero in that position, he would have had a chance to relive that moment.
Definitely. Like I said, for someone who's only kicked one in his career, it was one of the best you've ever seen.
Oh,
I don't think it was meant to go to him. I think Renault was probably meant to kick it.
yeah. But Greg Inglis like, oh, I'm here. Give me a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so on that last year of Merrow's career, yeah, he, as you say, he got dropped and was replaced by Alex Johnston, but he actually did come back to play more games, but that was only just to fill in because I think he was filling in for Greg Inglis because he was at Origin camp at the time.
Yeah.
And I remember the last try he actually scored. It was a home game, and I think it was against the West Tigers, and we wore those Superman Man of Steel jerseys.
Oh, they were deadly.
Yeah, I miss those. They were like the best jerseys to have.
They were very cool.
Yeah, but yeah. Then after that, actually no, before that, when Merrow, when he was playing reserve grade, he actually was playing for the Bears as well, North Sydney Bears.
Oh, back when they were our feeder club at the time.
Club, yeah, and I remember going down the first time to watch him play. It was 2 days after the Anzac round when Alex Johnston made his debut, and I was there with Mum on the day, and we met someone who was one of Dad's heroes, Greg Florimo.
Oh, the Flow, yeah.
Flow, yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting watching the game, and Mum comes up to me and says, "Oh, I've got a surprise for you. Flo's going to take us down to the dressing room so you can meet Merrow." And this would have been like the first time in 7 years since primary school.
No way. You went into the dressing room after the game?
Yes, I did.
Oh, how good's that?
Yeah, and I actually bumped into a couple of big faces around that time too. Like Luke Burgess was seen walking around North Sydney Oval. Madge was there. Got to say good day to Madge. And Matt King.
Oh, such a Bob.
Yeah. Matt King, if you can hear this, mate, we're talking about you, the old sideshow Bob look you used to have.
Yeah, shout out to Kingy.
Shout out to Kingy, yeah, that's right. But yeah, it was good to see him as well. And Matt King, he was so humble, like because at the time I was still recovering from the big surgery I had, and I was using my walking frame because that's how I could get around. I just come out of a chair because. Yeah. Being in a chair in 2013, that whole year, kind of sucked. I was using my walking frame, and Mum went to pick it up to carry down the dressing shed, and Matt King had offered, like, didn't even ask him. He just said, "Oh, do you need some help with that?" And Mum's like, "Oh, that'd be lovely, thank you."
Yeah, absolutely.
So Matt helped carry that down as well.
Good man.
Good man, yeah. But yeah, got into the dressing room, and Merrow didn't come out straight away because he was having a shower and an ice bath, but I was able to wait around for him and stuff. And he came out and said good day, shook his hand, and Mum said to him, "Do you remember coming up to Ben's primary school, Gosford East?" And he's like, "I'm pretty sure I do. I would have been a young fella back then."
Yeah, it certainly was.
Well, it was 7 years later, but he still looked the same, and I might have gotten a bit older, but and I was having a lovely chat with him, and I said to him, "Oh, like, what happened? You've been dropped." He's like, "Oh yeah, just bad performance." And then we started talking about the highlights, and I had to talk to him about this one, and we just spoke about not too long ago, the field goal moment. I said to him, "Oh mate, that field goal moment, it's still with me to this day. I've never gotten over it." And I just saw the smile in his face, like the way he was just lighting up, And he said that he never forgot it either.
Yeah.
It's
just one of those once in a career moments.
That's it.
Yeah.
But and then I think there was a second time I went down to North Sydney Oval again to watch him play, and I got to go down there again, and Flo came out and said he had a present for me, and I'm getting goosebumps now, like having a flashback.
Yep.
So he'd actually had in his hand Merrow's jersey that he played in, because what had actually happened was he took it off and he ripped it by accident, and because he needed it for the next game.
Yeah.
And he said he gave it to Flo to fix, but Flo remembered how big, deadly of a huge fan I was.
Yeah.
And he came up to me and said, "I've got a present for you. Nathan's just taken this off, but he's ripped it and he's given it to me to fix, but he wants you to have it." And he signed it as well.
Game worn jersey.
Game worn jersey.
North Sydney Bears, the Mighty Bears.
The Mighty Bears.
That's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm on that day. I was excited, but very emotional at the same time. Like,
I bet.
Someone I looked up to as a young kid, like getting a jersey, like his actual jersey that he.
Yeah, 100%. And he didn't play many games for the Bears, and so to get that's something probably no one else will have, mate. In their collection, a game worn North Sydney Bears jersey from Merrow.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, then I think from at the end of that year, well, it would have been finals time. Nathan Merritt actually announced his retirement from playing rugby league, and I didn't see it coming because I thought that I don't know if he would have gone to another club. It would have been hard to tell because I think his main loyal and passion was the Rabbitohs.
For sure. And, he wasn't that old, so we definitely didn't see that coming. He was still performing, I think, well enough. I mean, there would have been no shortage of clubs that would have signed him.
No.
He definitely could have gotten a gig somewhere else if he wanted to, but that was the type of bloke, loyal bloke, and it's a local that he wanted to stay with the Bunnies.
Yeah, I think how he got into the Bunnies was his grandmother was a South supporter, and she used to take him to games as a kid. So that's how that all started.
Well, that's it. I think living in Redfern, that's absolutely South territory.
Yeah.
Long history of very proud, accomplished blackfellas playing for our club. So I think it was just so good to get him there, and I think he come through Mascot as well. The juniors there. So again, big South Sydney heartland. But we've spoken so much about his career and his achievements, but moving on to sort of present day, I think most people would be aware of the current situation, the current battle that he has on his hands, having been recently diagnosed with stage 4 esophageal cancer, and which is just it's gut wrenching. It's tragic. It's it's not enough words to describe how this diagnosis, I guess, for him and his family, but also the wider South community and people that have grown up like yourself as a young child, idolising him and looking up to him and following his career. It's having such a tremendous impact. And on that note, we were pretty lucky to be able to go and see him again recently. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so a couple of weeks ago almost it's been, but we were very privileged, like me and you, to go down to Nathan Merritt's fundraiser that the Rabbitohs Club had put together. I believe it was Wayne's idea.
Yep.
With Wayne, he respects the players, and he always gives them good ideas and what to do outside of rugby league.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's no better manager than Wayne.
No, there's not.
For people, he sees the humanity in the rugby league.
Yeah, and to see all those highlights, from the old days, and everyone coming together just to be there for him,
Yeah,
it was a great day.
It was a beautiful day. It was very, very touching, very emotional.
Yeah.
It was down at South Kingsford there. And to have a lot of some current players turned up to support him, sort of former players as well.
Yep. John Sutton was there.
Yeah, Sutto, Jace Clark,
Luke Burgess,
Big Lukey. Yeah, it was it was really good to see them turn out, and then a lot of the community, as well. Again, we mentioned him earlier, but Chock Mundine came.
Mundine, yeah.
To show his support, and it was really nice. The table we sat on was with his best friend John.
His best friend John,
who he grew up with, and they had a birthday one day apart, and he was telling us stories of Nate back in the day. They're growing up in the same block in Redfern, and them playing footy together coming up, and it was really nice to see the human side, of footballers, because there's people that we see on TV and you look up to, but it's so easy to forget that they're people as well.
Yeah, 100%. And I think you might have gone to the bathroom, but John took me down, introduced me to Merrow, and it was so great to see him again. It was especially not seeing him since the knockout. But before we wrap things up, I had something I'd like to show you and everybody watching.
For sure. What do you got?
Over here, I've got like a collage that I've made with all the pictures of us through the years. So over here, there's Mero and I in primary school, February '07. The second one was at North Sydney Oval in 2014. First time in 7 years. And these two are at the Curry Knockout in Tuggerah.
Oh, are these different knockouts?
I think they're a day apart, so it was in 2019. And yeah, he was playing for Waterloo Storm as well.
Yeah, unreal.
And because I remember walking around, and the thing is with the knockout, like they don't have a program of who's playing for what team, so you got to be lucky.
You've got to get in amongst it. Yeah.
But I got in amongst Waterloo Storm, and I remember seeing Merritt, and I was like, no way. And yeah, I went up to say hello and told him that I followed him throughout his career at South Sydney, and he smiled. He's like, yeah, that's a long time ago now.
Yeah, absolutely. A beautiful area. Oh, word.
Yeah, but yeah, I took that down to the fundraiser. I showed him, and as soon as he saw these pictures, even the first one, he's like, "Oh yeah, I remember you." Yeah, it was, and he even asked me. He said, "Would you like me to sign all four?" And I was like, "Yes, please, brother. That'd be lovely."
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, just a very humble bloke. But yeah, I've got a couple of other prompts as well.
Yeah, what else you got?
Over here, I've actually got. So just put that.
Got all the swag and merch here. Let's go.
Yeah. So over here, I've got a very old, well, about 15 years old now. My Rabbitohs away jersey from 2011 that I bought at Peter Wynn's school in Parramatta, because Peter Wynn has his own store.
Yeah, got the best deals at Peter Wynn.
Yeah. And at his store, you can actually get numbers printed on the back. Because he's got like a printer.
Yeah.
And that year, because Mero was playing number 2 and being my hero, I actually got number 2 printed on, and I took this down to the fundraiser, and he even signed that.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have to put that in a frame one day, I reckon.
Yeah, definitely. Probably take it to a framing shop and hopefully get a good deal on it.
Yeah, that's it. If you can find some space in your wall with all the other stuff.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be able to put it in here. AJ's taking up the wall space there. But I got to save the best for last.
Yeah, what do you got?
So over here
is that the one?
Was the Bears jersey that he gave me straight off his back.
Is that still dirt on it? Has that ever been in the wash?
It hasn't been in the wash for the last 12 years. So yeah, he's signed it there. On the back, he's got number 1 was the number he played.
Oh, playing fullback.
Fullback, yeah.
Bunnies on it. How good's that?
Yeah.
That's an unreal jersey.
Yeah, and I even said to him, "Oh mate, I still got your Bears jersey you gave me back in 2014, and it hasn't been washed since then." and he bloody cracked up. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. So all this memorabilia from Mero, and like you said, that day it was, really nice, I guess, to get out and sort of for the club to give him not just the celebration of his career, watching all the highlights again and just remembering how good he was, and listening to all his coaches from back when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Just saying how good he was, even as 5, 6, 7 year old. Like he was unreal. And we had his first coach that brought him into grade as well in 2002. And yeah, hearing all the stories and just from what everyone said, that he was just such a freak athlete, but also just a really nice, humble, genuine, guy. It was, really, really special to see all that. And, but it was also the fundraiser. And, they raised a lot of money, to go towards him and his family, and so he can be able to do the things with his family, spend, as much time as he can building new memories for them to have.
Yeah, because stage 4 cancer, you can't beat it. That's the thing.
Yeah, it is unfortunate that he's going to have his journey back to the dream time. Sometime in the next few years. I hope Mero can hang on as long as he can, and
Well, that's it. He said he's going to keep fighting till he can't fight anymore. So,
that's it. Yeah.
So yeah. Matt, thank you for coming on today, and
my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
About the old days with Mero. He was a big part of our lives growing up. And I just want to give a quick shout out, Nathan, mate. I hope this finds you well. That we're all fighting with you in South Sydney spirit style, and we're thinking of you every step of the way. But yeah, I hope you and your family are doing okay, and yeah, keep it up, Russ.
That's it.